Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Money Hungry Mama. I am so excited because I have Miriam with me today. Miriam, take it away.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here. Thank
I'm
you for having me.
so excited. So, I want you to take us back to the beginning. What inspired you to start Sounds of Harmony Studio?
Okay. So I've been teaching music lessons for a long time. Long time.
Hmm.
It was like kind of a job in college, grad school. Because my bachelor's is in music education. So I kind of made money through college just teaching music lessons. And when I finished grad school, got my first adult job, paycheck, not a big paycheck, and I hated it. I went to grad school for music therapy. And I did not it was not for me. I remember sitting on the kitchen floor in my parents' house, and I was like, "What am I gonna do?" Like, I
Yeah.
left my job, no insurance, no income, nothing. And my it was, like, so obvious to my family, but, like, not obvious to me, and they were like, "Well, why don't you just make your business official?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? Like, how can I do that?" And then it just happened. That's overnight, that's what I did. Started music lessons, about 4 years ago, music lessons, and then we added music therapy, and then what I'm really known is for the music classes, the mini harmonies, from early childhood music classes and birthday parties, and it went from that kitchen floor to now having, like, 6 staff members across New
Wow.
Jersey. Really, yeah, never saw this for myself, but now I can't picture anything else.
Okay,
So
I have so many questions. Okay, first off, tell everybody where is your studio located?
so I don't have a physical space. I kinda rent, yeah, across New Jersey. So my business started in Princeton. Still in Princeton, I have staff members who are running classes there and teaching there, and then now I live down in Manahawkin, and I'm not going anywhere, so this is where I live, and so now I've built it a lot down here, as well, so and we have locations in Bordentown, like, across, but I'm the one who does South Jersey.
Okay, hold on. I am so intrigued because this whole entire time I thought that you had a studio. So,
I
okay,
wish, I wish.
so you have these little pop-ups all throughout
Mhm.
New Jersey and different people run them. So it's basically like a mini franchise that people can run in the different parts of New Jersey that are like under
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, and I've always dreamed of having my own physical space, but now I love that I can offer this across different
Yeah.
locations for other families. And I know so many of the like that's something that's so important to me to get to know all the families. So I know so many families in Princeton now and all of our locations, and so that's really special too.
This is really fun. Okay, so explain to me, you said it twice, music therapy. What's that?
Yes. So I'm a board certified music therapist. So basically that means I graduated from my music therapy program. I did an internship, passed my boards. Music therapist is my little elevator pitch. Work in so many different populations. They work in hospitals, they work with veterans in schools and private practice, so many populations. So basically we're using music as a way to work towards a goal. So if a child is working on their speech, I can also co-treat them using music if they find music motivating. I also do work in a hospital as a per diem music therapist. So in pediatrics, we'll do for pain management or processing, but it's kind of using music as that way to get towards their goal. Yeah, so it's something that's
Never
kind of
knew that
unique.
that existed.
Yeah, most people don't.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
So you're saying like for pain therapy and things, people can do music therapy to help with that?
Yeah, so I'm a per diem music therapist at a hospital up in North Jersey. And so I work in pediatrics, the burn center, the NICU. And so
Oh
it's
my,
a way to, if someone's in pain, they can use music as a way to relax, which also doesn't have to be in a hospital setting. It can be really anywhere.
yeah. Oh my gosh, wow, I'm learning so many things. I'm learning so many things. Okay, so music therapy, wow, I can't believe I haven't heard of that. It's
Yeah.
not like I'm
Most people don't.
17.
I'm desperately trying to hire somebody down in South Jersey to help me, and there's no one. So yeah, it's a very unique thing.
Wow. So anybody listening that does do music therapy that lives in
Hmm.
South Jersey, she's desperately looking. Or if
Hmm.
you know
Desperate.
somebody. Wild. Okay, so this is like it's crazy to me that this is guys, this is what I say all the time. Like it's just crazy to me that all these things exist that you don't even know exists. Like you might be sitting on a mine.
Yeah, most people know me with mini harmonies or early childhood music
Hmm.
classes, but they don't realize that I have this whole other experience that I kind of bring to classes and to the business and stuff because I spend so much time with mini harmonies.
Yeah, okay, so now tell us about that. What's Mini Harmonies?
So that was another overnight thing where I was like in Princeton, I was like, okay, what else can I do? And I started it one class and then now it's just so popular. It's infant and toddler music classes and for their caregivers. And it's such a wonderful community. I love it. Now that I have a daughter too, I like want to bring her to classes and everything. So it's a nice way for parents to meet other parents. And I remember starting it out and I was like, I used to advertise and be like, "This is how music's great for your kids," which is so true, but what really got families into it was a place for really moms to meet other moms, and get out of the house and talk about their nights and how their kids were sleeping and come to music class, so it's really just it's my favorite, I love it so much, I love doing it, so
Yeah. Yeah, and I love that it's, like, a space for moms to connect outside, right? Like, I feel
Mhm,
like when I had my daughter, I was desperately trying to find something just
mhm,
to get us out of the house because
yeah,
I was a teacher, I was on maternity leave, I'm like, "What the heck
mhm,
can I do with her?" We ended up going
yeah,
to Little Gym. I didn't see any
mhm,
music classes around where I am, and I'm in, like, Monmouth County, New Jersey. So, yeah, I didn't see anything like that. So we ended up doing Little Gym, but and I know that you're saying that you really, really want a space, but in my mind, I love the fact that you don't have a set space because it gives you so much freedom.
mhm, yeah, and I love working with businesses. I love working with other business owners. So many of my
Yeah.
friends are other business owners now, and we support one another. That's how my business grew. That's how their businesses grow. Even before this, one of my friends who does yoga was like, "Can you just reshare and help me?" And she does the same for me. So I love being able to meet other business owners and kind of work together.
I love it so much, and shout out to all my Money Hungry Mama community because I know there's so many of you that are gonna listen to this episode and just go find her and be like, "Let's do Connect, let's do whatever," and that's what I
Mhm.
love so much about this community because I feel like once people hear your story, they're just like,
Mhm.
"Yeah, we mesh well. We can
Mhm.
handle it. We can do it." My gosh. Okay. So, we have mini harmonies, we have music therapy, and you said something oh, just lessons, right? Music lessons?
We do private music lessons and then birthday parties. So we'll like bring mini harmonies to birthdays. So yeah.
Cool. Okay. So now how did you get people across the state?
Well, I lived in Princeton, so that's kind of
Yeah.
where it started, and it grew so much there. And then my family is in Manahawkin, so I moved to Manahawkin, but I drove to Princeton every day, even 9 months pregnant, driving to Princeton. And then I grew it so much down here too, where I live now. So I have staff members who are in Princeton, so they kind of oversee those classes now. And then I have a class in Bordentown, so I go to that one too sometimes. So it's just really just because I moved. That's really the only reason that, I'm not really in Princeton anymore, just because I moved to be with my family. Oh,
Okay, I thought that you also had some in North Jersey, but I got confused with the fact that you worked at the
no, I would
hospital in
love
North
to
Jersey.
someday, but no, no.
Got it. Okay. Okay. So, very cool. And then I just like have so many business questions about this because for me, like you are in charge, but then you have other people running the
Mhm,
classes. And this sounds very similar to we had somebody else on who does fit for mom classes and like she is a part of that franchise where you can like have your own like little housing. So I think it's really cool because you don't have the direct space, but it
mhm.
could be something and I feel like you should look.
I would love to just keep grow like, my dream is now to just have this big company where we can offer this across New Jersey, really, um, and just keep hiring more
Yeah,
staff
and
to do kind
technically
of our classes.
everywhere. Yeah, like,
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be pigeonholed to New Jersey, like, you
yeah,
could be finding people all
yeah.
over that wanna be a part of this, like, if you have built the system and you have the advertising
Mhm.
help and all that stuff like that, that would be something that a
Yeah,
lot of people would be interested because not everybody wants to start something with having that overhead,
right.
and it's gonna be something that you can provide for them, which is really cool. So, you started 4 years ago, incredible, and now you have 3 locations possibly more for anybody listening that's in North
Yes.
Jersey that has a music background and would like to get into this, definitely reach out to Miriam. Now, when you first started, what did your marketing look like?
Oh gosh. I really grew from like social media. That was what like helped. I am very type A. I have a spreadsheet, like a tracker of
Love it.
like 200 Facebook groups, like 200 moms Facebook groups. And I still post, but I would spend hours like posting in these groups, trying to advertise my business using flyers, I don't know if I got lucky, but, like, one day it just clicked, a post went nuts, people were commenting, and that's what really, really happened. Now it's big on Instagram, like, I spend a a lot of time on Instagram, which I'm sure you do too. So,
Live there.
yeah, that's, like, everything. So, and that's really how it started was Facebook. I just spent so much time on Facebook groups.
Wow. So because you have these different people, I need to understand
Mhm.
this. Is your Instagram just you and they're sending you pictures and you post about it?
It's just like, for the their classes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I run the Instagram. I did have somebody else helping me now, it's just me, just because I just had a baby, so it's just easier for for me to do it. So what I really try to be I try to it's really important to me to have relationships with all the parents, even if I'm not the one teaching them. Before I was messaging a parent I've never met, but I want to make sure she had a good class experience. So the parents will send me pictures if I'm not or videos in their classes and I'll
Love it.
share that and everything. So that's something that's so important to me to get to know all the families even if I've never met them before in my classes. So I will always try to take footage. I sometimes will go to check out other classes and post about them and stuff like that too.
Very cool. So if for everybody listening that is, in North Jersey, Middle Jersey, wherever you want to be, and you are interested in maybe hearing more about this and how you can bring it to your community, it's going to be Miriam that answers your
Yes, it is
Instagram.
me. I'm behind it. Yes.
Yeah, I love that because it's so funny because somebody the other day was like, "Oh, you know, message me," and they're like, "Oh, I'm not 100% sure this is you." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Of course it's me. Else would be here." But you don't think about the people that have
Yeah.
other people running their social media. I'm
Right,
like, "No, this
right.
is a one woman show, friends. Like, it's
Yeah.
just me." It's so funny. It's so true. Okay, so as far as marketing, Facebook is where you started, and now you're saying
Mhm.
Instagram.
Yeah.
How did that become the switch for you?
I think people started recognizing me more word of mouth and
Mhm.
other businesses were following me, moms are following me. I wish I had an answer. I just spend a lot of time on Instagram, like just trying to like reshare and get to know other business. It's like a that's another full-time job.
Yeah.
So I think once I was able to build my followers a little bit, I can pull back from Facebook. Like, I don't post as much in Facebook groups now and just kind of promote on our page because since people are following it now.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting to be talking to you because you're 4 years in, right?
Mhm.
Like, from your year 1 to
Mhm.
now, how many like, on average, how much do you think is different about your business?
So much. Like, it also one thing I love is it always changes direction. Like, an idea will just come to me and I'll be like, "Oh, that's great. Like, we're gonna do it." Like, I
I
just
love it.
like which I love being like having that creative side. But also
Mhm.
I feel like social media has changed so much too. Like when I
So
started my
much.
business, like posting reels on Instagram was very different than TikTok now. So it's like that's also changed too. It's like the platforms.
Yeah, and I
So
feel like it's so important to realize that they're constantly changing. Like,
mhm.
it's never just a,
I
"Oh,
can't
like,
keep
this
up
is
with
what
it.
it
I'm
is
like,
now."
"What? I don't know what this is." Yeah, there's
Yeah.
always new things.
Always new things. But guys, I'm going to plug this in. There is always an email list that you should be building because that will never change. People's emails.
Yes. I
Mhm.
totally agree. I used to, again, keep a spreadsheet of email addresses, and then I have an amazing admin assistant, and he's really helped me with technology and emails and stuff, and so now we have, like, an email list that we send out through a website, and I think we now are almost, like, 500
That's
emails that
amazing.
we have on it, which is awesome. Like, that's I love that. It just keeps building.
No, that's incredible.
So
And it's so important because you are listening to somebody who's been in business for 4 years right now.
mhm.
And she talked about how she started on Facebook and now she doesn't really post on Facebook. Now she's on Instagram. But the one thing that will stay consistent is those emails and the people that are on that list. Love that. Okay. So you have a few people under you. What was that moment for you when you started like hiring your first person where you're like, oh my
It was
gosh?
exciting. It was
Yeah.
I remember, I think it was like, I didn't know what I was doing back like, I'm like, I think back and I laugh at some of the things, like, because I was nervous too, like, to
Yeah, of
hire people,
course.
and I wanted people to wanna work with, like, with us and stuff. So, hiring other teachers is always so fun because I also like Sounds of Harmony is like my first child. So to be able to share that and I get so proud like going to their classes and seeing like parents like have the best experience. Like that makes me so grateful to have them.
Mhm.
Hiring an admin assistant, that was I was like, okay, this is like it was cool like to have somebody like helping and he's great. He's great. He's been with us
That's awesome.
2 years. So,
Wow.
yeah.
I love that because I think, we have a lot of moms on here in all different stages, right? And I just feel
Mhm.
like that initial, my gosh, I'm making it moment where it's like I
Yeah.
have to hire help.
I remember it was like 2 years ago and I was interviewing for admin assistants and I was with my family. We were at like a wedding and everybody knows Miriam Signs of Harmony and I was like, "Oh, I have to interview someone for like my admin I remember they're all like looking at me. I'm like, "Yeah," like and of course, like I thought it was so cool. Like I was like, "We're building."
But it is so cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool
Mm,
because you are expanding to more than
mhm.
just you. And
Yeah.
I feel like that is a
Mhm.
moment that, you know, people almost forget about when they're at the top. And
Mhm.
it's like
Yeah.
you forget that first initial, my
Yeah.
gosh,
Mhm.
I'm doing it.
You
I
do, and
love
I
that.
think as a business owner, there's I always say there's good and bad cycles, like, you're always kinda going like this, so it's easy to forget those
Yeah, no, it's so true. It's so true. We had Slumberkins on, and they said the same exact thing that business is, and it's a roller coaster. You have extreme highs
Yeah,
and you have
it's hard.
extreme
Yeah.
lows.
Mhm. Yep.
No, it's so true. And that's what I love about this podcast because we are raw and real, guys. Nobody
Mhm.
here is doing smoke and mirrors to make it seem like everything is fantastic.
No, it's hard. It's hard. I it's hard. Hard.
Yeah, it definitely is. But at the same time, it's also like extremely rewarding. It's like a
Yeah.
weird love-hate
Yeah,
relationship.
like, I will say I got no maternity leave. I had none, and that was really it is real I'm still it's still hard. It was really
Yeah,
hard
for
the first few
sure.
weeks, but then last week, it was like a Monday afternoon, and I was able to take my daughter and walk around, and I remember being like, "This is so cool that I have this, like, flexibility with my schedule that I could just
Yeah.
spend the day with," like so definitely the good and the bad. It's pros and cons about everything,
Yeah,
so
everything. Everything has pros and cons. So now, what part of your business has been the most surprising in terms of revenue or demand? Something that you didn't see coming, but the moms love.
I will say probably the birthday parties. I think I think when I first started doing them, it was just me, and they're a lot of work. They are a lot. We're bringing a lot of instruments. It's you're going to some place you don't know any of the kids except the birthday kid. They are exhausting. And I remember being like, "Well, I'll just like do one and like that's it." But they became popular and now we get inquiries from them all the time. We have other staff that do it. I do it too, but I think it's just a lot of work. So I didn't expect that to put in my business. I remember doing one and saying, "Okay, that's it. We're good. I did it. We're good." But still doing it. Now we're doing a few a month. So,
Think, I think for everybody listening that has this like thing on their heart and what have you, there is something about birthday parties because
mhm.
parents really truly never want to do the same thing twice. So I
Mhm.
feel like there's really not that many options when it comes to, I mean, yeah, you can go to a play place, but those, you
Mhm.
know, the prices vary and I just think if you can think of something that is for birthday parties and taking that stress off the parents to be able to sit there and watch their kids having a good time for a little bit,
Mhm.
that's it. Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna definitely make money no matter what it is
Yeah.
because it's just people pay for that, to be able to
Yeah.
sit there at a kid's birthday party and just
Mhm.
watch their kid have fun and not have to chase
Yes.
around them and whatever. For
Mhm.
sure, for sure. And I knew that you were gonna say birthday parties just because it's like listening to you talk, I would have never thought that that would came out your mouth, and then you said
Yeah.
it, and I was like, "That's also gonna be her
Yeah.
moneymaker, watch."
Yeah. Yeah, that's
How long is your birthday parties?
we usually it was like 35 to 40 minutes of like a music
Okay.
class, but I don't like to say class. It's not really a class. Like we bring the
Mhm.
instruments, we have fun,
Yeah.
bubbles and stuff, but it's not because you lose their attention. By 40 minutes, there's so much energy at a birthday party. They're like ready to go onto the cake and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. That is really cute. What is
Yeah.
your favorite thing that you do and offer?
I think mini harmony is I
Yeah.
love music therapy. I love it, and I wanna keep that's where I'm kinda looking to grow next, but
Mhm.
there's something so special, like, I said this last week, started teaching, like, back in person and I left, I had a new class down where I live, and I left to go to the class, and it sucked leaving the baby, and I came home and I said out loud, I was like, "I feel like I can be a better mom because I left and did something I love, and then, like, I came back."
Mhm.
I just have so much fun with the kids, and every class is different, and I really have gotten to know all the kids, so it's so fun for me. But my I would love to keep building my music therapy clients and everything.
That's great. I mean, I'm sure you will after this episode because I don't think everybody knows that that
Yeah.
exists. Like, that's still wild to me at a point of I had no idea that that existed. If you could start everything over again tomorrow, the whole entire business, what
Mhm.
3 things would you set up immediately to grow quickly and confidently?
Differently or the same?
Well, did you do them the first 3 right the first time? Like,
No.
what would be the first thing, the
Website,
first 3
website,
things?
definitely website. Oh gosh, website. When I think back to what I website and, like, my, like, billing bookkeeping system, yes, that hand in hand, that I would go to what I have now. I'm trying to think what else. I feel like that's, like, the admin side of things.
Mhm.
And maybe I
What is your booking and what is that? What is site do you use for that? Because
so
you
I
you
use
said that very confidently, so I feel like we
yes,
need to know.
I use QuickBooks.
Okay,
So, my
QuickBooks.
dad is an accountant and a bookkeeper, so he doesn't do it for me, but he taught me like, I always say I have all these music degrees, but my job is like 20% music, the rest is like behind the scenes stuff. But he taught me, I remember sitting at the kitchen counter, like learning how to do all this stuff. And I tell this to business owners all the time, like I'm happy to sit with them. And I used to learn how to use a system and now it's great. Like now it's all organized, but that's how I like keep track of expenses and mileage and
Yeah,
everything. So yeah, that took a while to learn, but now I know it, and I always say to everybody, like, "I'll teach you how to do it," because it
I love
really
it.
keeps you organized, especially tax season. That helps a lot. Something that you learn like, I had no idea how to do it at all.
Yeah, no. No, I
Yeah.
feel like, when I was busy teaching pre-K and high school, somebody probably should have taught me taxes and been
Yeah,
like,
oh my
"Hey,
gosh.
like,
I
you're
always
gonna
say
need
they're
this
like
as an adult."
even now as a mom, I always say, I'm like, "There should be a class, like, for this, like, how to open the stroller," or
Yeah.
life skills, like opening the stroller, or like how to bookkeep, like, there's nothing like that. Even for business owners and, like, when you study
No.
business in school, there's not, like, a class on this stuff.
No,
So,
it's so funny, it's so true. And, okay, so you use QuickBooks for tax purposes
yeah.
and, like, revenue and all that. Now, do you use something to pay out all of your people?
Yeah, so QuickBooks connects to your bank account. So I'll use like Zelle and Venmo to pay my staff, but it goes right into QuickBooks. So then you have to like I categorize like the transactions. I taught my admin how to do it. It's like fun. This is the boring stuff that you have to reconcile your bank statements, like all this stuff. If also I always say this to people because especially to my staff, if you're driving, if you're like your business owner like me and you spend a lot of your time driving, like you should definitely keep track of your mileage,
Mhm.
but it's all in this one system.
Wow, really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, QuickBooks. That was the first time we ever heard of, like, a
Yeah.
taxing help.
Yeah, and I can use it too since I offer so many services, like, I can use it for music lessons, for invoicing, like, the main thing is to use it for invoicing families for lessons, but also music therapy too, since we're out of network, we can put all the codes in, like, the invoices for parents
Very
too.
cool. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to look into this more.
Yeah,
Okay, so QuickBooks for sure, and then website, of course, and then what was your 3rd?
that I would do differently.
Or just start with, the 3rd thing that you would absolutely start today if you started your business.
I would say, like, I always wish I the reels, like TikTok and reels. Like I remember being so nervous to like make them and stuff, and I didn't put time into it. Like I just like was like, "Oh, it's fine." And I still to this day I'm like, "Oh," but I wish I just like kept up with it and did all that stuff.
And why didn't you?
I don't know, maybe because I felt uncomfortable a little
Mhm.
bit and I still had so much more time back then than I do now, but I just was like I felt weird, like, posting videos of myself being like, "Hi, it's Friday, like, what's up?" And
I know.
I remember people even saying, like, a business coach said to me once, like, "You could just do, like, a how to, like, play this chord on the piano," and I just, like, I never did it. So, I wish I did that a little bit more.
For sure, and I think, it's not just you, we all get that, like, weird oh my
Mhm.
gosh, people are watching me. People are
Yeah.
seeing me do this. Like, what do they think about me? Blah, blah. But you guys heard it here first. She's in business for 4 years, and that's something that she wished she started on day one.
Yeah.
So that's how important it is to
Mhm.
put yourself out there.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy. I think like and for those of you that listen to the podcast for a while, you've heard me say this before, but I don't rewatch. So like I'll film something and I will just be my full transparent self and I won't rewatch it. So I don't need to see that I
Yeah.
was cringy or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's
It's like,
smart.
nah, see it again.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's
that's
smart.
my biggest tip for you guys. Just don't watch yourself again. Just say what you need to say and don't watch yourself because you're not going to make it if you're not screaming from a rooftop that your business exists.
Yeah.
So, what is the next big chapter look like for you and your studio on the go?
Music therapy. We're working on some stuff for the new year. But
Cool.
I really would like, yes, I have clients one-on-one, but I really would like to do some music therapy groups. Most people know me working with kids, but I also work with adults too. So I would love to kind of build that a little bit more, or teenagers, also a little bit older than the kids I work with now, but different support groups or whatnot. That's kind of where I'm leaning towards in the new year.
Very cool. And how do you see yourself marketing for that?
That one's a tricky one. Definitely always social media, but I think with music therapy groups, a lot of it could also be through like schools, like if it's through like high school guidance counselors and get the word out.
Smart.
Moms, I'm hoping word of mouth more. I hope that I built myself enough now that, like, a lot of it is word of mouth.
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
it's hard when everybody knows you for one thing and you're trying to, like, add something a little bit different that I have found a challenge.
That's so
So,
true. That's
yeah.
so true.
Yeah.
And I think like I'm glad that you brought that to the table because I don't think we hear that enough that when you make a big pivot in your business, that whatever that may be, something that you're not known for, it definitely is a, "Ooh, what is that?" Like, it's almost like at first it's like,
Yeah.
"What is she doing? What does this mean?"
I find what's so interesting is that, like, people for mini harmonies know me from Instagram.
Mhm.
People for music lessons, it's Google. Oh, that I would definitely Google, that's a good one, but Google. So it's like and it's interesting because people at Mini Harmonies don't know that we also teach music lessons. I get that asked all the time. They're like, "Do you teach piano?" And I'm like I laugh because 'cause I'm like, "That's what we started the business on." But then
Yeah.
music lessons too, like, we go into people's homes and they have, like, 3 or 4-year-olds, and they're like, "Have you heard of Mini Harmonies?" They're like, "No." So it's, like, kinda 2 different complete parts of the
Yeah.
business that they don't really overlap a lot, which is interesting. So that's why I it's been a challenge in the past to add something like a third thing different because it's like everybody finds us in different ways, and they don't usually overlap. So
Oh my
we'll
gosh, and
see
I
how
just
that
got
plays
so
out.
many chills that you just said that they're finding you through different things. So Mini
Yeah.
Harmonies is for, like, the young mom on Instagram. Your music lessons is Google, and it's
Yes, and I
so
forgot to say that. Google, definitely, I should have started that day one. That is important as a business owner.
oh my gosh, yeah,
So
that's really yeah, I mean, who doesn't read Google reviews? Who doesn't
yeah,
check out
and
what they're
also
saying?
now this is also I'm ChatGPT, like, someone I always put in my forms of, like, how people like, find us, because 'cause I'm curious, and someone found us through ChatGPT, like, the other week, and I was like, "That's so cool." Like, it's just more and more ways.
Yeah,
So,
and honestly, because I feel like chat links to the internet, so, like, I love that that means that, like, more people are gonna see it that ask
yeah.
chat different questions and things because I
Mhm.
feel like it's also becoming the new Google. But
Yeah.
I love that you said that it's different things are being found
Mhm.
different ways because I think
Yeah.
that's something that we don't focus on as owners. We focus on one area and we're like, we're gonna just like focus on this. But that always doesn't mean that's gonna be where people see you.
No, you can't. I feel like I'm always trying to do like, yes, I have Instagram, Facebook. I forgot of Google,
Hmm.
of course. Google, like, I
Yeah.
have done paid advertising before, but I don't really have success with that, which is interesting. But I don't have success with that either.
Yeah. You're
So
not the first person that says that. Like,
yeah,
I feel like every single person that has brought up paid advertising in here said it did not work for them.
no, no, it
I
doesn't.
think it's just because it's oversaturated because too many people are
Yeah,
doing it, and if you have a low budget, the higher budgets are just gonna eat you up, unfortunately. It's so true. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Yeah, and I think that that's something I wanna bring to light too. It's the fact of you can't just have your eggs in one basket. Like, just focusing on Instagram is still putting your eggs in one basket, and I think
Yeah.
we got that wrong mantra. There were so many coaches that I saw years ago that would say, "Focus on one thing, stay in one lane." But when you're staying in one lane, only a certain amount of people go to that lane.
Yeah, yeah, I agree, and I think it's also this is also as an accident, like, working with other business owners, I
Mhm.
genuinely enjoy it and they become my friends, but it really does help your business too, like, I'll do
100%.
pop-ups at different businesses or and it's your time, like, I'll go in and speak to other classes
Mhm.
and same for mine too, just to help everybody out, but that's how you get your name out there for people to know your business
Yeah,
too.
100%. Getting on podcasts on a
Mhm,
Monday night to sit here and tell your story. Like, yeah, all of these things are things that you have to literally do in
mhm,
order for people to realize that your business exists.
yeah.
My gosh. What is your piece of advice for a mom who's sitting on an idea right now and doesn't know where to begin?
I would say first, like, go for it. Like, it don't hesitate. Like, just if you have
Yeah,
an idea and it's in her gut and she's like, I'm kinda thinking because I remember sitting on that kitchen floor, be like, "This is crazy." 'Cause you never know what it'll turn
you
into.
don't.
I used to say that I would never be in private practice. I used to say that all the time, but now
Because
it's like,
you
oh
nevering like you never would before.
yeah, and now you can't picture anything else. So, just go for it. I think getting started, that's the tricky thing, but there's so many things that you could do. Like, when someone says to me, because I have, like part of me has, like, thought about, like, business coaching before, like, I feel like that'd be really fun to, like, help other business owners.
Mhm,
But when someone says, like, they don't have the budget for a business, in my head, I'm like, "That's ridiculous," because you don't need a budget. There's so many
mhm,
things that you can do for free that, like, don't cost anything.
mhm.
Whether it's just on social media or email, like, there's so many things, I didn't start with any money going into this business, and you never know.
I think it's so true, and I think, I hate that saying, "You need money to make money." I hate
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
saying
Me
because
too. That's exactly what people say, and I'm like, "That's not true. You that's
no,
not
it's
true.
not.
It's just your
You need
time. It's just
grit.
time." Mhm.
Yep, you
Yes,
need
and you
grit
can't
to make
oh, yeah,
money.
you cannot there's gonna be those moments, which
Mhm,
I've had those too. That
same.
doesn't mean I don't love my job, but there are those moments where I'm like, maybe I should have done a 9 to 5," but it's just,
Yep,
at the end of the day, it's if you don't stop, then the good moments make it worth it. Like, when you have that moment, you're like, "This is why I'm doing this."
yeah.
So,
It's oh my gosh, I have all the chills right now because it's so true. It's the grit, guys. It's literally sitting there when you have tears in your eyes because you're nervous that it's not gonna work or that, you think that you're wasting your time and doing all those things. If you just push over that hump, that
mhm.
moment of despair, of crying and being like, "This is it, like, why am I doing this?" There is gonna be a light when you keep going. It's
Yeah.
almost like a reward for every time you wanna give up
Yes.
and you don't.
It's
It's
so
like,
worth it.
here's a little bone. You kept going. Here's like something great that's going to show. And it might be a great Google review. It might be
Yeah.
somebody being like, this was the best class I've ever attended. It could be somebody saying, like, I really needed to hear what you said today. Like all of those things. It doesn't matter what it is, but I'm telling you, you're listening to two people sitting here who literally have never met before, agreeing on the same exact topic. It is those moments when you are wanting to give up, when you're just like very stressed out and tired. It's almost like a just show me a sign and you will get that sign that you are in the right path.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so true. My gosh. I love that so much. Now, what does being a money hungry mama mean to you?
Thought about this. I think it's so important to me to work and be a mom, but work because I really do like it. Like, I just know that's who I am. Like, I like having that, like, working towards goals and
Mhm.
all that stuff, and I think to me it means to be able to have a balance and room for both. Kinda like I said before, like, I feel like I'm able to be a better mom when I'm able to also work and come home because I feel like I was productive and I helped another family and then I can focus on mine. So I think it really goes hand in hand, like, being able to work and
Yeah.
provide for my family, but also do things that make me happy, so I could be happy with my family too, if that makes sense.
It definitely does. And I think that that balance is so needed,
Mhm.
and I feel like why so
Mhm.
many moms unfortunately get so sad or break is because they don't have that balance of me time, and me time could look like anything,
Yeah.
right? Like, for me and Miriam, it's actually working, and that's just because maybe we're a little bit crazy, but that's what makes us super happy. Maybe for you, it's just like a
Yeah.
bubble bath and reading a book. Like, it doesn't matter what that me
Yeah.
time is.
I can't
You're
do that. That's like I
Yeah,
gotta be
no.
like next yep.
My head is, like, reeling with
Yeah.
ideas. No, but, like, it doesn't matter what your me time is, it's you need it for your own it's so true. The mom guilt will always be there no matter what you do, but to take, like,
Yeah.
10 to 30 minutes for yourself, like, you deserve it in every
Yeah.
way, shape, and form. No, so true. Miriam, how can our listeners support you?
I'd say just give us a follow on Instagram. Like, it's free. It's a second follow, but that's how we
Love it.
build. Like, that's just follow us on Instagram. I think I always say as a small business, we're so appreciative when families, even like birthday parties, we're talking about that because you're not just supporting a business, you're supporting families, like my family and staff members. Like that's where people's money is going. So just a follow on anything, Google review, all that stuff always just helps us so much.
It honestly does, and I love how you just said just, like, following somebody on Instagram is and liking a post is free. So
Yeah.
even if you don't follow, if you just go give her a ton of love on her
And
post,
it's
that's like
quick. It's quick. I now
yeah,
understand. I'm so behind on things now, and it's so quick.
it's so true, it's so true. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for being here today. Any last minute
Thank
things that you
you.
wanna say to the mamas?
I just thank you for listening, and I'm always here. Anybody wants to reach out, has questions about music, about their kids, and I just wanna say, I think the one thing that is unique about us is that a lot of our staff are music therapists, and so our classes are really for everybody, all kids, all families, for everyone.
Oh my gosh, a whole little collection of music therapists that I didn't even know existed. This is
Yeah, yeah.
wild to me. I hope that you guys are listening, and if you know anybody in North Jersey that is a music therapist, please send them her way. Oh, and South Jersey, she's looking for another one
Yes.
by her too.
Yes.
My gosh, thank you so much for being on today.
Thank you.